Hey there, Taki Moore here. In this quick video, I want to answer a question I got at a $1 Million Coach Intensive the other day from a great coach called John in the US who does lots and lots of one-on-one coaching. And the question is, his question was, when I do one-on-one coaching, I get to do magic, right? I get to, there's parts of helping people that you can really only do one-on-one, in his words, not mine. And it's the part where they bring you stuff and you reach into your bag of tricks and you can make magic happen and help them out. And so the question was, g'day Justin, the question was, how do you do that in a group? Awesome question, got an answer because I just did it, and I thought it might be worth doing a quick little backstage peek. So I'm here in the Casa del Webinario, right here, the webinar room, and just ran a webinar that we do every single week with our Black Belt members called the Weekly Sherp. And the Weekly Sherp is based on the metaphor of a Sherpa. The Sherpas are somebody who's been up the mountain a bunch of times, can help make the load lighter and help you shortcut the process, get to the top quicker, right? Normally I run, normally the Sherp team runs this, I ran it today, and it's really a group coaching call. And so remember, the question is, how do I coach a group and still keep the magic? Here's how you do it. So every single week with our clients, we ask them a few questions. And so the Weekly Sherp is built like this. I'm here at kind of Control HQ with my iPad, current slide, next slide, and clients on board. And so we kick it off just by asking 4 key questions. Number 1, what are your biggest wins? And this is a question to ask because most of my clients, and maybe most of yours, run businesses where you're the point person, you're the coach, you're the point person, you're the person who's expected to come up with the answers a lot, and when you win, nobody sees, right? And so number 1, it's nice to be publicly recognized. Number 2, for me personally, I love seeing my clients win. It does my heart all manner of good. And number 3, it's really important that your clients aren't always, you personally probably as well, me too, we're not always just kind of striving for the next thing, I haven't got there yet, we're always kind of chasing the mountain instead of feeling good about the wins we've just had, and that inspires us to do more. So we start with, what are you number 2, what's the biggest thing you've learned? Right, and so people are typing in their answers to this while we do the chat. So what's your biggest win? Celebrate the wins together. Read out people's names and their wins and give them a virtual high five, right? Next, what have you learned? Sometimes you win, sometimes you learn, right? So we've got a culture in Black Belt to be progressionists, not perfectionists. We don't want to just celebrate the wins, we want to celebrate the lessons as well. So what have you learned about yourself, about business, about coaching, about clients, about marketing, right? The clearer I can be about what the wins are, then we can embed those learnings so you don't just kind of have it happen, but if we pause and reflect, things get better. Cool? So what are your wins? Number 2, what are the lessons you've learned? Third question, a really good calibration question for a coach. What's your project you're working on right now? And you'll notice if you kind of look at here, we've got a capital P at the start and an L and a W. The reason we do that is that when people type in their answers into the chat box, if it's a win, they do a big capital W at the start. And so when I'm looking through the chat box, I can see people's, if I can see, 50 comments, I'm looking for the W's and I can call out the wins. And then when it's a lesson, it starts with a big L. So I know lesson, lesson, lesson. When it comes to a project, I know what people are working on. I love this question. It starts to focus my clients into kind of what do we really need to work on, but it also helps me kind of get a finger on the pulse about what individual clients in my group are working on, focused on, what's kind of keeping them awake right now. Make sense? So what are you working on? And then 4th, most important question. What do you need most right now? Great coaching question. Every coaching call should start with, what do you need right now? So we don't start with fluff or filler, right? But we can go, so what do you need most right now? And so today, Michelle over in the UK said, she was one of the people on the line. She said she needed a hand with getting opt-ins at a live event where she's a guest speaker. She's got 40 minutes to teach X topic. And normally she'd do a call to action, which is, bring me your card at the end of the break, but she's got 2 speakers directly after her and she's first. There's no break for like an hour and 20 minutes after her. And so we needed to come up with a way to do this. So the previous 3 questions, what's your wins and and what are your lessons, and what are you working on? These are questions that people type in their answers to, and I see them in a little chat box fits in here. When it comes to what do you need help with right now, people will type them in. That'll give me a sense of what they need, and then we just unmute. And so it's me and my client, one-on-one connected. And here's what's cool about that. I get to do the magic, and so do you. People always say one-on-one coaching is better than group coaching. I think if that's the case, you're doing group coaching wrong. And you're limiting yourself by only doing one-on-one. I love one-on-one coaching, but I love doing one-on-one coaching in a group format. I think it's a bit special. So people say what they need most right now, and I can take them off mute, and I can help them out. You can help them out. For me, I'm a drawer, so while this conversation's coming up, we can talk about, in this case, when in the talk the call to action happens. We had a physical option, which was write it on the card, drop it on the side of, down the aisles or on your table, and I'll come collect it. And we ended up coming up with a much better strategy around building it into the action plan and having an S. So here's what I wanted to say from today. Firstly, give you a little backstage behind how we run group coaching webinars and how one-on-one group coaching can be as good or better than one-on-one. But the other thing that I love about it is while I'm helping, in this case, Michelle, as soon as I've chatted with Michelle, I can open up, come up from the level of Michelle and I to the group and go, so what was the biggest aha you just got from this interaction with Michelle and I? People can share their insights. Perfect. How could that apply to you? Fantastic. And here's how we wrap webinar. Every one of these webinars has worksheets which go along with it, but if we had to simplify it down, we'd go, so what are your top 3 takeaways from this? What are the 3 things you've learned? I learned this and that and that. Fantastic. Okay, great. What are your first 3 actions? Because inspiration without action is nothing. Does that make sense? Hey, Michelle, great to have you here. Cool. So that's the goal. I want to show you that running a group coaching webinar can be as good, even better, than just doing it one-on-one. Here's what's cool about it. It allows you to serve more people. It allows you to do the magic, the kind of creative fun bit that you get to do when you're working one-on-one with clients. In fact, today, in helping Michelle out, I built a brand new strategy for getting more leads from a live event. And it wouldn't have come about if she and I hadn't have been chatting today. So to Michelle, I want to say thanks to you for this piece. Anyway, that's a quick little backstage on wrong camera. I moved instead of just, I pressed a button instead of just moving. That's a little backstage on how to help clients in a group format so they get the same kind of results they get if they worked with you one-on-one. But now you can scale it, you can help more people, you can make more money, you can have a ton more fun. Hopefully that helps.